chakra flow. It is going to be a pop-up, not necessarily a workshop, at the studio that I teach yoga at in Carrollton, Georgia. And I just wanted to kind of record myself best way I know how, via live stream. So really this is going to be like literal me going through a live stream of consciousness as I speak through what's going on in my brain and how I'm going to plan this class out. So currently we are in my spare room, my dressing room, I don't know, my extra room. And you're going to plan a class with me. I have a notepad. I have my MacBook right here in front of me. And the thought process for this particular class is going to be, I want to combine traditional Hatha yoga with Booty yoga, which I know is a more westernized form of yoga, created by a lady named Busy. I cannot remember her last name, but my original yoga 300 hour, the woman that taught me, she was Booty certified, and there is something very powerful about Booty yoga, which combines it combines tribal dance, it combines obviously breath work, it combines asana, and it combines somatic movement. And Busy, her story from what I understand is she has a disabled child, and she created Booty yoga as a way to help her deal with the stresses of life, and bring together the mind, the body, and the spirit in a way that works well for her and has worked well for other people. My instructor also has a child who is disabled, and I think it's just a beautiful story how they came together, and how my YTT, although it is based in Hatha yoga, it is not Booty, B-U-T-I yoga based. I have a lot of that as like underlying. It arises in my practice. It arises a lot in my practice, and I have been away from that original studio for a year since I have moved. But that being said, it still comes out in my practice. So first thing I want to do is decide a pranayama that I want to start out my sacral chakra flow with. I've already started coming up with a playlist. My playlist, personally for me, I feel like playlist is very personal, and I think I heard that said here in this 300 that playlisting is personal. Playlisting was not something the original yogis did. They did not even have music to do yoga to. So I have chosen songs that are kind of maybe R&B, kind of lo-fi, very like, not your traditional Indian music, but also not the, how do I say, the type of music we hear a lot in classes like Soul Rising and Odessa. I'm not looking for that. I'm also located in outside of Atlanta, so I feel like just the location is also coming out in my music selection. So I'm thinking of I like to start my classes off with pranayama. So I love Ujjayi breathing. I absolutely love the way it makes me feel as a a person who has anxiety, the first time I did Ujjayi breathing, I felt like I had taken anxiety medicine. I felt better, and that has become a part of my daily life. Um, Excuse me, not Ujjayi. I don't, yes, Ujjayi has become a part of my daily life, but Nadi Shodhana has become a daily part of my life as well. That has helped tremendously with my anxiety. I think Ujjayi just comes secondhand when you start practicing yoga. You find yourself constantly Ujjayi breathing. All right, so I just Googled sacral chakra pranayama. The best pranayama practices for the Svadhisthana chakra are Ujjayi pranayama and Kapalabhati. So, that being said, I will cue Ujjayi breathing throughout the practice as I typically do. And Kapalabhati will probably be the best way to start. Kapalabhati. Kapalabhati breathing, from what I remember, it's a quick inhale with a passive exhale. But let me double check before I write that down, because it's been a minute. Kapal, Kapalabhati pranayama. Let's go to benefits, because I also want to discuss why. All right, benefits of Kapalabhati pranayama: detoxification, expels toxins from the body, thus purifying the internal system, which also becomes personal to me because my husband is dealing with cancer, and we are both do a lot of see me trailing off there. We both do a lot of detoxification of the body. I'm currently on a juice cleanse right now, trying to get rid of all the impurities. All right, but other than that, detoxification improves respiratory function, aids in digestion, boosts metabolism, enhanced circulation, mental clarity. I think I need a little of that right now. Glowing skin, strengthening abdominal muscles. I think that's probably why it's picking Kapalabhati, is because it's lower abdominal, kind of near our sacral chakra. So, all right, Kapalabhati is skull shining. So let's put that. It's been a while since I studied pranayamas. Skull shining. Okay. The practice is designed to cleanse the frontal brain and bring clarity of thought. It involves forceful exhales, passive inhales. So, okay. I will definitely have to take some time to cue that. So I need to write that down. We have forceful exhales. With passive inhale. I don't know if I should do it slow or fast. I think faster. I'll have to do a little bit more of that. It's been a long time since I've done that. Also, that, I'm telling you, this is like literally stream of consciousness talking. I have a deviated septum. And when I breathe, my nostrils close off. I have a really hard time with it. So I just recently ordered something that will open my nostrils up. It's got magnets, boop, boop, and then you lift open your nostrils, and I have been looking for something like that to help me, because once again, I said I have anxiety, and when I do alternate nostril breathing, clears up the anxiety. So there's something there. There's something about opening up the passages. So back to the Kapalabhati. All right, let's see. Swami Swatarama is one of them. Mentioned in the Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Kapalabhati is one of 6 Shatkarmas are purification techniques in Hatha Yoga aimed at cleansing the body and preparing for higher practices of yoga. All right, there goes into the benefits: glowing skin, strengthens abdominal muscles, balance chakras, how to perform Kapalabhati. All right, so position: sit comfortably in a cross-legged position, Sukhasana. I'm gonna maybe come here with me. Don't mind the dusty TV behind me. Okay, so we are going to sit comfortably, cross-legged position, Sukhasana, or on your heels, or Virasana. So we can be here, or we can be in Sukhasana, whatever feels best for you. Keep your spine straight, shoulders relaxed, hands resting on your knees, and palms face up. I am coming back into Sukhasana, where it feels better for me. All right, initial breaths. We're going to take some regular breathing, deep breathing through the nostrils. Just some nice regular inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. I like to do cleansing breaths, inhaling through the nose and sigh it out. Inhale. Let it go. Alright, so the initial breaths are to take a deep breath through both nostrils, filling the lungs completely. And then exhale forcefully through the nose while pulling your navel inward towards your spine. Your focus will be on the exhalation. The inhalation will happen passively, happening naturally as you release your abdominal muscles. So, deep breath through the nostrils. I'm already messing it up. It says rapid, so let's do that. I definitely feel some mental clarity, and I started to giggle there because I heard somebody walk past the door. They're probably like, well, what is happening in there? All right, so 20 rapid exhalations completes one round. You can increase the count to 60 exhalations per round. Honestly, that brought a lot of energy upward to my face. I think I would probably enjoy Kapalabhati breathing better if I had more openness through the nostrils. Also, it's beginning to become spring. Things are starting to fly around in the air and bloom. So I don't have a lot of the air intake I would like to have. But Kapalabhati is going to be probably my choice pranayama to start off my sacral chakra flow. It says avoid if you have high blood pressure, heart disease, hernia, slip disc. I do not have high blood pressure, but I have been on high blood pressure medication before because of honestly acne. But it's the craziest thing because being on that helped with my anxiety. I don't know. Anyway, stream of consciousness. Sorry. So I will be sure to make a note of that. Do not practice at high blood pressure. Not open. Not for high blood pressure. Kapalabhati, shining breath. Okay, I feel a little better about it. Just hadn't been done in quite a while. All right. Kapalabhati is a powerful breathing technique that offers a multitude of benefits for body and mind. from detoxification and mental clarity. I definitely feel the mental clarity, but also, like I said, I feel like the energy has all been brought here, which can kind of bring me into an anxiety level. So I may or may not use Kapalabhati. I want people to tune into their sacral chakra. I don't want them to be too worried about the action of the breathing. So we may do, which I can't remember which pranayama that is, but that's what we're here for. We're studying. I have a friend who has a Kundalini certification. I will reach out to her, talk to her about that one. It's crazy the things you forget between your 200 and your 300. All right, so moving on. I want to start with my Kapalabhati. Intention setting, I think, is going to be important. I always offer people to set their intentions for their practice as they would like, but I also offer them to join me in my intention. So for the sacral chakra, I might say, set an intention for your practice, or join me in my intention of tuning into the sacral chakra and I don't want to say balance or align, because I've been told that we're not necessarily like out of balance or out of align, that our chakras are where they are because of where we are in our life path. So I don't know that we're necessarily balancing our chakras, but I think tuning into them is a better verbiage. Tune into sacral. So let's just do a quick rehash on the sacral chakra. I actually wrote a whole class on the sacral chakra, and it is on this computer. I'm not a computer person, and I wrote in to you guys and I told you that I'm not a computer person. I wasn't really sure how I was gonna do this whole studying thing and uploading and on computers, because like I said, it's just not me. I don't even know where I store things on this computer. I think it's in like Google Docs, but I don't even know how to get to that. Let's see, Launchpad. I don't know, but I do know who I emailed it to. So let's go there. Hilarious, as I was just doing breathing, I got a notification that my intake breathing thing has been shipped. Okay, let's see if I can search in my email for sacral. Aha. Sacral chakra, enter. Sacral chakra lesson plan. I've done this before, guys. I did this before. Alright. I put theme balancing the sacral chakra. Objective, bring awareness and balance. So I might say intention setting to bring awareness and balance to the sacral through our yoga practice. So introduction, brief explanation of the sacral chakra, Svadhisthana. Let's write this. Svadhisthana. The Svadhisthana chakra as the center of creativity, emotions, and sensuality. Center of creativity, emotions, and sensuality. That's why I chose booty yoga, because I feel like there's like, we got the hip ticks, we got the hip circles, we're doing a whole lot of like spinal movement, spinal circles, like tapping into these abdominal muscles. All right, so I'm going to discuss how imbalances can manifest physically, mentally, and spiritually. So imbalances of the sacral chakra can manifest as creative blockages. It can manifest as a lack of sexual energy. It can manifest as, let's see, spiritually, how could it manifest? That's a good question. I'll look that one up. It's funny, I wrote this out, now I'm looking at it as I'm writing another sacral chakra flow. But this was a very basic one. I was going to do set all 7 chakras, but this particular class is just tuning into sacral. Asana sequence, I put hip opening poses such as bound angle, Baddha Konasana. Pigeon pose, Ekapada Konasana, Ekapada Rajapada Konasana. To release tension and emotions stored in the hips. So also goddess pose. Really a lot, all the lots of hip openers. Twists, hip openers, twists, dance-like movements. Y'all, I wrote this a year ago, and here it is popping up. Incorporate flowing sequences like moon salutations to awaken fluidity and creativity. Balancing poses like Rikshasana and dancer's pose, which I think is Nartaja, I can't say that one. Natarajasana. To cultivate stability and grace. Beautiful. All right, pranayama, breath of fire, Kapalabhati, alternate nostril breathing. We're probably going to go with alternate nostril breathing, just to be honest with you. And I put balances the energy channels in the body, promoting emotional stability. But Kapalabhati ignites passion and increases energy flow. I felt that. So maybe, I don't know. We'll come back to it. Closing Shavasana with guided meditation, focusing on warm orange light in the sacral area. Okay, let me flip my page, or we'll just write closing visuals, orange light. Imbalanced sacral chakra effects can cause digestive issues, which I totally have, lower back pain, hip problems, emotional instability, lack of creativity, mood swings, feeling disconnected, spiritual, here's the spiritual, feeling disconnected from your emotions and having intimacy issues. Seeking balance. Practice yoga poses that target the sacral area regularly. Meditation focused on the sacral chakra with affirmations like, I embrace my emotions and creativity. I'm going to put that under intention. I embrace my emotions and creativity. Seek guidance from a yoga teacher or healer for personalized practices to balance the sacral chakra. Yoga can help balance the sacral chakra by incorporating specific poses, breath work, and meditation techniques that target the energy center. Imbalances in the sacral chakra can manifest physically, mentally, emotionally, leading to issues like reproductive challenges, emotional instability, and lack of creativity. Why did I write that 5 times? Yoga poses such as Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. So we can do butterfly, we can do reclined butterfly, pigeon pose, Ekapada Rajakapotanasana, and hip opening postures help release tension stored in the hips and stimulate the sacral area. Furthermore, pranayama techniques, I already wrote that. And visuals. Seed sound, vam. Seed sound, yes. Closing visual orange light, we'll probably do vam. Chant. Vam, or is it vam? I always wondered that. Do you hold the ah, or do you hold the or do you hold the v, or do you hold all of it? So it'd be great to get some feedback on that. We're about to have like a serious storm too, so hopefully this does not get knocked out. Okay. Chanting mantras such as the seed sound vam. So if we chant it, I'm not much of a chanter. I haven't had a whole lot of guidance on that. Yes. Yes. What's up? I'm live streaming.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. I'll ask you the question later.
What's the question?
I was just wondering where that tanning lotion was.
We'll talk about it later.
Cool. Bye.
Okay, bye. Okay. Teenagers. Okay. I'm at the bottom of this. Fostering a sense of self-worth and fluidity in our lives. All right, so I know nobody's going to see this except for my YTT teachers, whom I do not know. I have reached out to you guys, and I have asked for a peer support or teacher support, and I know y'all probably do things very different. I'm sure you have lots and lots of students, so it would probably be hard for everybody to have a peer support or teacher support, but it would be very helpful for people like me who have a lot going on. My husband is on a feeding tube. He has stage 4 cancer. I have a teenager, as you can see, and I'm not technically capable of doing a lot of this. This is why we're doing it through live. Anyways, it's okay. All right, so I would say I don't have any music, but we have about half an hour left. I would start my class seated. Probably, let's go ahead and go into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose, and take a moment to arrive here. I may do a meditation or a visualization here. I might also find some mudras that work well for the sacral. I don't know if I want to start in butterfly or maybe diamond. Probably diamond is more accessible. And once again, we'll take a moment. We will close down the eyes, notice the breath. Begin with a visualization of an orange light emanating from the sacral area, the area between the root chakra and the navel chakra. Oh my god, I'm only nervous because y'all are here. No, you're not here. Let's see. Root, sacral, navel, heart, throat. What? I'm just drawing a blank. Alright, so imagining that light as it grows and increases, knowing that with this light growing and increasing, our creativity will grow and increase, our sensuality will grow and increase, and our love, self-love increases. Inhale, feel the belly fill with breath. Beautiful. We may not start in Baddha Konasana because we want to do Kapalabhati. So we'll bring the palms, maybe one to the belly, one open. Kapalabhati, take that breath. Let it go. So we have forceful exhales, passive inhales. Skull shining. Feel the energy in my skull. Alright, now I want to come into alternate nostril breathing. So, alternate nostril breathing, you come into a mudra here with the pinky and the ring finger out and the thumb out. Also, option to place the middle finger on the forehead. When you close off the nostrils, you close above the nostril, so that way you're not pinching your nostril, but just above it. So I like to just use pinky and thumb, and I'll inhale through the left, switch, exhale through the right, inhale through the right, switch, exhale left, inhale left, switch, exhale right, inhale right, switch, exhale left, inhale left, switch, exhale right, inhale right, switch, exhale left. It is the pointer finger that goes on to the top, inhale left, switch, exhale right. Alright, breathe. I definitely want to bring back down the energy because yes, goal shining, great, but that's not where I want to be for my class. I don't want people to be like overly energized here. I want them to come back down into here. Alright, so we're going to do hip openers. First thing, grounding through the spine. Let's do some spinal twists, arms rise. Interlace the palms, flip them over the head. And then we're gonna cactus, lift up through the heart space. Scoop the air, inhale. And round through the spine. Gaze down to the mat. Interlace the fingers. Flip the palms away from you. Scoop the belly, gaze down. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, cactus. Scoop the air. Interlace the palms different. Flip the arms, scoop the belly, gaze down. So we're pulling the navel into the spine. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, cactus. And then let's interlace the palms behind the back. Press the fists down to the mat. Open up through the chest. Lift up through the heart space. Stay here as an option 1. Option 2, hinge forward. Option 3, round through the spine. Tuck the chin to the chest. Pull the navel in. Maybe you pressed your fist back behind you or up towards the ceiling. Honestly, I'm in full fold here, and I want to add movement. I like to roll from side to side here. I want this to be very fluid in movement. The whole class will be very fluid with those R&B vibes. And then when they're ready, we'll rise up. Go ahead and moving through some neck circles. I like to drop the chin to the chest, roll one ear to the side, drop the chin to the chest, other ear to the side. I've been told not to necessarily roll open through the neck because it can cause or lead to uncomfortability in those of us who have pinched nerves or degenerative disc disease, which I do have. So we'll kind of roll through the neck. Also maybe add in some circles through the hips here. So I like that. We're going to start moving energy up. Stream of consciousness. I want to talk to my Kundalini friend and get some tips from her on moving that Kundalini energy from the base of the spine up. So move through here into seated cat-cows after we've moved both directions. So we'll inhale, pull through. Exhale, round. Pull the belly in. Inhale, lift, pull through. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, pull through. Exhale, tuck and round. Perfect. Let's arms rise. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to T-shaped twist, opening to the right. Feel the arms pull in opposite directions. Finding a little spinal movement here. We're going to dip the right arm down. Reach that left arm up. Come back to the T-shaped twist. Sweep the arms up. And drop that left one open. Pull the fingertips in opposite directions. And that left arm can come down and the right arm can reach up. And then maybe sweep the arms across. Sweep the arms across. Beautiful. Alright, from here, we'll meet in the center. Sweep those arms overhead. Exhale, cactus. Bring the palms to the mat. We'll meet in tabletop. Now, from our tabletop position, finding alignment is important here, but also taking time to figure out what our spine is asking for from us. So I'm going to offer free movement. Inhaling into cow, exhaling into cat. Inhaling into cow, exhaling into cat. But I like to maybe send the hips towards the heels on the cow pose. Round through the spine, pull the body forward through cat. Maybe inhale, pull the body forward into like an upward facing dog or a cobra. And then exhale, child's pose. So move that cat-cow into something a little bigger and a little more fluid. Heels to toes. Pull the body forward. Inhale. Lift up through the heart space. Exhale. And then we'll come into downward facing dog. Walk it out. Find your first inversion. Take time here. Maybe roll through the ankles. Rise on the toes, come back to tabletop. Perfect. Come to child's pose. From child's pose, we'll walk the palms over. Find length in the side body. Walk the palms over. Find length in the side body. Come back to neutral. And then rise. Now I want to start hip ticks and circles. So I might just go ahead. Let's see. How do we want to add hip ticks here? We could start with just hip circles here. We're going non-traditional. Very non-traditional here. Like I said, I want to add those elements of booty yoga. I need to take another booty yoga class. So we're adding those hip circles. And then, let's see. Trying to tap into my inner Genevieve. Let's come in, down dog. Step forward. Boom. Roll to rise. Let's step into goddess. Because we want our hip openers. Maybe find free movement here. Dress here. Rise on the toes. Drop it down. Rise on the toes. Drop it down. Rise and lower. Lift and lower. 5-pointed star. Warrior 2. From warrior 2, we'll find side angle. Open the hips. Beautiful. 5-pointed star. Goddess. Rise on the toes. Rise on the toes. Woo. Let's go ahead and lower it down. And then we'll walk the fingertips out long. Rise on the toes. Roll the body forward. Send it back. Roll the body forward. Send it back. Walk the palms back. Maybe an inversion here could be offered. But we'll come back. Goddess pose. 5-pointed star. Warrior 2. Side angle. Maybe come down. Open the arms up. Twist here for a simple twist. Open up here. Arms rise. Frame the foot. Heel toe the foot out. Drop the knee down. Open the hips. Alright. Come to the other side. Do the same thing. Lots of hip opening. I can't believe I haven't taken a booty class in over a year. I really need one. I don't think it's been quite a year. Skandhasanas. Nice hip openers. Maybe a bind in Skandhasana. I feel myself about to fall down. Alright, so I want to alright, so we've incorporated some hip openers there. But I really have lost what I want there, which is that element of booty yoga, that element of tribal dance. Partially because I have no music. I feel like music helps so much when you want to add that like movement with the beat. So that being said, we are going to YouTube. Not great with computers. I don't know what's opening. YouTube.com. Oh, and then let's go BUTI yoga. Enter busy gold, busy. Okay, yes, booty yoga. Primal flow, love it. There she is. Is that her? Is that busy? That's busy. Alright, well, now you'll get to watch me watch a video with Busy because I need to pull. I need a pull. I need some inspiration. Abdominal activation, spiral structure technique full class. Let's load it up. Love her. Love her. I really want to get a certification in that, but I think she's sold out. It's called Booty Movement now. I know a lot of people don't care for her, but honestly, yoga is such a personal practice. I'm going to put her on 1.25. Booty spot. Hilarious. Alright, knees together, or belly button pulled in. Arms rest. Oh, it's fast. So that's going to be interesting to incorporate these movements at a slower speed. But I'm cool with that. I can do that. I like to do it with breath anyway. Whew. She's talking super fast. I don't know if y'all can hear. Take it back to center. Flip the arms out, arms rest. Oh. She's moving at 1.5 speed. I'm moving at my speed. Alright, so obliques. Think obliques as we move. We'll move clockwise one way, counterclockwise the other way. just one arm. Okay, we are abdominally bringing it in. So, sacral chakra activation, think Mula Bandha. All right, we're going to negate. Garudasana. Open up through the chest. I'm not on my mat. Let's get on the mat. All right, we're going to swing it over here. Lift open through the body. Option to grab the knee. All right, we're going back. Don't know if I love it. Depends on my music. But we need the inspiration. All right, we're going to plant the hands. Pulsing. Bring your right arm out. I don't love it. Knees hover. Pull in the belly. Press back. Drop the knees. Drop the knees. Step up Balasana. Step back. Okay. Okay. Y'all probably think I'm crazy, but sacral chakra flow. We're getting in there. Oh, gotta do this side. All right, we'll do the other side. Woo! Malasana. We got some Shiva squats. Okay, we're at 48 minutes. I'm picking up a lot of inspiration. This is not what I'll be doing because my music's going to move much slower than hers. But I couldn't figure out where to dip in those ticks. But we got ticks here that can happen. We have arm movement, pulling energy in, moving energy through. And honestly, like, set aside your ego, set aside your Maya of what yoga is, because it is so much for so many people. It can be this. It can be, I know people make fun of it, Bodhisattva, but no, I am not Booty certified. Don't really care what y'all think about this, honestly. It's a sacral chakra flow. But we're going to move through. We're going to warm up that Spadhisthana. We're going to tap into creativity, to emotions, to sensuality.
adding the movement that we don't usually have, and those regular sun salutations, those average, I don't want to say average, that was rude. Let me step out of that. Just add a little creativity. Okay, I've had, obviously you can tell I've had to defend booty yoga a few times to other yoga practitioners, even though I personally am not booty certified. But like I said, the person I learned from was such a strong woman. And I think sometimes that's what we need, is other strong women to learn from and learn things differently than what we were taught. All right, we're doing some. Oh, I really want to bring my music into this. So, we're at 9 minutes left. So let me pull up my phone. I didn't even realize that I was supposed to have 20 hours of recording myself practicing. And this is not usually how I practice, but that being said, I am prepping for a class. I'm going to play my sacral playlist and kind of just see where we go over the next few minutes. Dropping into vision pose. Kind of hard to add those abdominal crunches there.
If God called you, if I be it, would you get on your knees or get up and leave? If He answered your prayers, would you share His light or choose to hide? Or would you stand and rise? It's a part of life. Things will get better.
I feel like this is more me. The music's flowing, or we're flowing.
failure. God's in your heart. I know you're in the dark, but it's a more light. Things will get better. Things will get better. You overthink. You're overwhelmed. Give yourself space. Time will tell. Things will get easier. Things will get better. I think you're stronger. Oh, things will get better. Oh, things will get better. God will never fail you. Oh, things will get better. Oh, things will get better. Things will get better.
Funky down down here. Where is it? Yesterday. We did that side. Okay, a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. But I feel better about it. Okay. That was an hour. So, thank you for joining me through an hour of my thought process that I've put forth towards this sacral chakra flow that is based around fluidity, sensuality, creativity, and finding that little something different. Knowing that it's okay to move in different ways than your traditional ways that we've been taught. I know whoever watched this is probably like, this girl has lost it. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Okay. So, thank you for joining me through my practice today. I'll see you soon because I got a lot of work to do. But when the music came on, it starts moving. So I just need to practice with the music on, right down the flow. Because you see the flow happens. Music. I don't know, something about music. Okay, I'm also going to like tap into some frequency. I have crystal bowls. So also want to end the practice with a sound bath. But that also is to come. Okay.